running a cult group that believes Netaji Subhas Chandra Bose is alive, and they were running an army almost like the Azad Hind Fauj with its own currency. They clashed with the police so violently in Mathura that 24 people are now dead. What is this group? Why did the government in Uttar Pradesh take them for regular encroachers? And just why did no one know of them hoarding so many weapons for 2 years? That's how long they were parked there at Johar Park. NDTV's Rahul Srivastav will be joining us from Mathura, the temple town, to take us through this investigation into this Subhash Sena group. But first, let's just see how the violence in Mathura spiraled out of control.
A public park in Mathura up in flames as several huts and trees caught fire after explosions from hand grenades and LPG cylinders. When police officers in Mathura moved to evict thousands of members of a sect from the park, what followed was a bloody battle between 3,000 sect members and 100 policemen, in which 24 people were killed, including 2 policemen. The sect members opened fire from automatic weapons after taking position on treetops. The police then opened fire.
बिना किसी प्रोवोकेशन और बिना किसी वार्निंग के पेड़ों पर बैठे हुए उपद्रवियों द्वारा फायरिंग की गई। हमारे 2 बहादुर अधिकारी जख्मी हुए और बाद में उस चोट की वजह से शहीद हुए। इन झोपड़ियों में जो विस्फोट हुआ उसकी वजह से भी कई उपद्रवी चोटिल हुए और अंततः कुछ उसमें मारे भी गए।
Nearly 400 followers of the sect known as the Swadhin Bharat Vidhik Satyagrah have been arrested.
पीछे से आगे बाउंड्री से पुलिस ने उनको मुनादी करके बताया कि आप इसे खाली कर दें। माननीय उच्च न्यायालय का आदेश है। इतना कह ही रहे थे कि एसपी सिटी पर उन्होंने ताबड़तोड़ हमला कर दिया, गोलियां बरसा दी।
The police have recovered a large cache of ammunition from the area, including rifles, pistols, grenades and swords.
Who are these people? What is the sect that they belong to? And why, in fact, have they been allowed to encroach on this property for 2 years now? I have with me a couple of locals who have been living here.
हम लोगों ने इनको भगाने के लिए 3 महीने से आंदोलन किया हुआ है।
वो सत्ताग्रहियों के नाम पर नक्सलवादी थे और इस अरबों रुपए की संपत्ति को घेरना चाहते थे।
The police say that the situation is now under control, but with the Uttar Pradesh elections around the corner, it seems like a long time before the embers really die down. With Rahul Srivastav and Ishadrita Lahiri in Mathura, Anusya Mathur for NDTV.
So we're all trying to figure out what exactly this sect is about. Who are these people? What were they protesting? How did it all spiral out of control? Let's take a look at what we know about this Sena, as they call themselves, till now.
ये आजाद हिंद बैंक करेंसी क्या है और जब ये आएगी तो हर किसान के दरवाजे पर 4 पहिए की गाड़ी खड़ी हो जाएगी। ये करीब बता रहा हूँ, ये करीब।
Virtually unknown till yesterday, this man, Ram Vriksha Yadav, is now on the run. As his followers ran riot in Mathura, firing and attacking policemen on Thursday. Heading a fringe political group called Bharatiya Subhash Sena, which unsuccessfully contested the general elections in 2009, putting up 4 candidates. The group claims they are true followers of Netaji. Their demands as bizarre as their claims of allegiance to Netaji. Replace the currency they call British with Azad Hind bank currency notes. Another strange demand: sells 60 litres of diesel and 40 litres of petrol for 1 rupee. They also want the establishment of an Azad Hind government and elections of the President and Prime Minister abolished. The Subhash Sena claims that their leader Jai Gurudev was the real Netaji, but the government cut off all ties with Ram Vriksha Yadav before his death in 2012. Soon after, though, the focus shifted to this sprawling ashram in Mathura, and Ram Vriksha Yadav tried claiming the Baba's legacy, only to be cast off. leaving him and his 2,000-odd followers at the Jawahar Bagh, where under the pretext of a protest, they set up camp and encroached upon hundreds of acres of government land for more than 2 years. As the BJP and the Samajwadi Party trade charges of political patronage to the sect, it's still not known how such a large number of people managed to arm themselves in the middle of a city without the knowledge of the police or the administration. With camera person N. Ravi, Kethi Yangre for NDTV.
We're also joined by Rahul Srivastav, who's there. He'll be telling us details of his investigation into how these people were set up there. We're also joined by Sanjay Srivastav. He's a professor of sociology at the Institute of Economic Growth. We have Aman Sinha from the BJP, Juhi Singh from the Samajwadi Party, and Brij Lal, the former DGP of Uttar Pradesh. But before we go to all of them, let's just go first across to my colleague Rahul Srivastav, who has been investigating. Rahul, tell us these details that you have about what this group was about, how they were operating.
Sunitra, I'm standing at the entrance of what can be called, what is being largely called as an encroachment. But if you look at the matrix and the kind of effort which has gone in, this is the road which leads into that area. You can see that till this is where their writ used to lie, Raj, that they have set fire even to a tree which is right on the main road. There is a first time in 2 years there is a police presence here. What top sources in police are telling us that their investigation, during which they seized a lot of documents, though a lot of them were set on fire, using something close to 2,000 odd small LPG cylinders. How did the cylinders get there? The police is investigating. The fact is that they set on fire virtually the entire campus. What police has recovered, though that shows that documents and registers are proving that this was virtually run like a liberated zone. Liberated zone in which they had their own, it seems, an army, in which there were battalions. Each battalion had a name. Each battalion had members who had their own codes like any police force. And these were well-trained men. Eventually, it seems that they targeted, when they started firing, all the leaders. The DM was fired upon. The SP city was killed in a concerted attack. The other officials, all the leaders were targeted, which is a standard operating procedure in any attack in which you try to dismantle the leadership. You will find that the rest of the force feels disheartened and moves back. Then what sources are saying that police has recovered documents as well as that they have intelligence information that over the last few months, these people had managed to procure some amount of police ammunition which is used by UP police, and they had specific information that this was likely to be used on the residents in case of an evacuation attempt to show that the police had killed the people inside. What we are being told that Brij Yadav was running a court, running a barrack, running a jail inside. It was virtually their own constitution. It is called the Independent Constitution Satyagraha, but also the fact that each member inside had a register, their details, their mobile phone, their pictures were there. Not only that, anybody who had to go out for even a few days had to bring in 2 people to maintain a population ratio inside the camp, so that they had at least 2,000, 2,500 people inside. Only when they would come back, those people would be allowed to go out. Each person going out had an entry pass. Each person coming in had an exit pass and an entry pass. What is also interesting is that this was a fiefdom which was not ordinary, because Mr. Brij Yadav, according to Horticulture Department, was selling fruits and other produce from the trees inside this park at an astounding 8 lakh rupees per annum. That's the kind of economics of this 283-acre land which was encroached, which has the judges' colony, the cantonment, the horticulture and forest department officing abutting this park. What now police officers are saying that all the talk about independent constitution and others was largely a facade to create a sect and have a prime piece of land inside Mathura, which cannot operate without some amount of political patronage.
Okay, and Rahul, you're just getting us fascinating details there of this cult, and that's what I want to just get in. Juhi Singh of the Samajwadi Party. Juhi Singh, you've just heard Rahul Srivastav, our political editor, giving those details. Does the Samajwadi Party, does the government in UP accept the kind of lapse or intelligence failure that's been there?
The details which Rahul has given is very graphic and very serious, and we've already ordered an inquiry. And of course, for such an incident to happen, to such senior officers who were leading this entire operation of evacuating those people, the people who were occupying the land illegally, and their lives were lost, is itself a serious matter. We are going to take action against the people who were responsible for the lapses, and also if there is any question on any political patronage, Honorable Chief Minister and the Cabinet Minister have made it clear that this matter will be taken to the conclusion. It's the state of Uttar Pradesh, and we are accepting the full responsibility of such a mishap to happen. So it's our work to check. Yeah. Sorry, there has to be some sort of, because these were the people, the ground level administration is actually responsible for carrying on such operations.
Yes.
So either they did not get this information or they ignored it. In both situations, this matter took such a serious turn. So we'll investigate into it. A commissioner has been ordered to look into the matter, and we'll take action. That much I can assure you.
Okay, Ms. Singh, I think Rahul also wants to give us some details about the police investigation, because you're saying you're accepting that there is a problem there, that they are, yeah, go ahead, Rahul.
Yes.
Sunetra, what we are being told that it is for the last 1 month, the police crackdown actually began when the court actually ruled out and rejected the demand by Mr. Rambriksha Yadav, who apparently didn't believe in the Indian constitution but was appealing in the Indian courts. The fact is that after that, electricity was cut, water was cut, and a large cordon was created around this area. It seems that Rambriksha realized that he might have to evacuate this area and decided to start striking against the cordon of policemen which was around them. What police is now saying is that what is very interesting, that all the logistical know-how that the people inside had definitely indicates that there is some amount of technical know-how for this kind of operations which these people who are encroaching the area had, and that is why the police is looking at the role and the antecedents of certain people who were involved and are perhaps on the run. What their police is saying is that some of these are from Chhattisgarh, and which is a Naxal hit area, and the second, some of them are from Ghazipur, which at one time used to be a Naxal hit area. Police is investigating those roles, but then it is right now very tight-lipped about it, but definitely the know-how is pushing the police in a certain direction.